श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधार्विक गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरण मोहन जू की जाय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्य प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जाय। नित्य प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा महाराज की जाय। श्री रूपानुगौरी गुरु वर्ग की जाय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जाय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जाय। नाम आचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंद की जाय। श्री मनु देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जाय। श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जाय। श्री वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जाय। श्री चैतन्य चरितमृत की जाय। श्री ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाय। स्वापार्षद श्री गौर हरि की जाय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
हरि हरि बोल।
हरि बोल किशोर प्रभु। Hare Krishna. Let me just see everybody who is on. Hey, doesn't seem to have gone live on. Uh-oh. Wait, is it working on YouTube? I'm just checking really quick. Oh, it looks like it's working on YouTube. Okay. Haribo, Karuna Didi, and Raseshwari Mataji, and Gaṅgā Mataji, and whoever is watching on Facebook. For some reason, this restream thing is not updating. Anyhow, doesn't matter. We don't have time. I am going to be catching a train in an hour from now. So I have to do a very quick reading today. I won't be doing a kirtan at the beginning. Okay, Chandra sees me on YouTube. Great. Awesome. So I'm sharing my screen. Let's begin. I'll do Mangalacharan. Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tara Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ajanulambita Bhujo Kanakavadato Sankirtanai Kapitaro Kamalaya Vishwambharo Dijavaro Yugadharma Palo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro Namastrikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sabhrityaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te Namaha. Avatirno Sakarunyo Parichinno Sarishwaro Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Dvau Bhrataro Bhaje Sajayati Vishuddha Vikrama Kanakaba Kamalaya Tikshana Varajanu Vilambishar Bhujo Bahuda Bhakti Rasa Bhinartaka Jayati Jayati Deva Krishna Chaitanya Chandro Jayati Jayati Kirtis Tasya Nitya Pavitra Jayati Jayati Bhrityas Tasya Vishveshamurter Jayati Jayati Nrityang Tasya Sarva Priyanam Adya Śrī Caitanya Priya Goshtir Charane Ashisha prakare mor danda paraname. Tabe bando Shri Krishna Chaitanya Maheshwar. Navadvipe avatar nama Vishambhar. Tavai vasmi, na jivami tvaya vina. Iti vigyaya devi tvam nayamang charanantikam. Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshai. Kshiptashtakamaditaranka madhe. Kripa maitvam sharanam prapanna vrinde namaste charanarvindam. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'm going to skip the glorification one today, and we'll just go straight to where we left off. Because yeah, we only have 54 minutes to read right now. 2177. Let's find that. Okay, so yesterday we read the prayer, we started reading the prayers of Brahma and Shiva and the other demigods to Mahaprabhu in the womb of Shachi Devi. Let's see, what did they say? Oh wow, we went through a lot of them. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So so the Lord entered into the bodies of Sri Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Devi. And when that happened, they became very effulgent. As Sri Anantadev loudly called, chanted, Jai, Jai, Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Devi heard the sound vibration as if it were a dream. Both husband and wife manifested brilliant spiritual effulgence, which common people could not perceive. Knowing that the Supreme Lord would appear, personalities like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva came to offer prayers. All these topics are unknown through the Vedas. Of this, there is no doubt. Now please hear with devotion the prayers offered by the demigods headed by Brahma. By hearing these prayers, one's mind becomes attached to Krishna. All glories to Sriman Mahaprabhu, the father of all living entities. All glories to the Supreme Lord, who has incarnated to inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. All glories to the protector of Vedic principles, saintly persons, and brahmanas. All glories to the personification of time, which destroys the non-devotees. All glories to the Supreme Lord, who possesses a pure spiritual body. All glories to the fully independent Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are the shelter of innumerable universes, yet you have entered the womb of Mother Shachi Devi. Who can understand your supreme will? Creation, maintenance, and annihilation are simply part of your pastimes. For one who destroys the entire creation simply by his desire, can he not kill Ravan or Kamsa simply by giving an order? Still, he appeared in the house of Dasharath and Vasudev in order to kill them. Therefore, my lord, who can understand the cause of your appearance other than you yourself? By your order, each one of your servants can deliver innumerable universes. Still, you incarnate yourself to teach religious principles to all and thus make the earth glorious. O my lord, in Satya Yuga, you have appeared with a white complexion to preach the principles of austerity by your personal example. You wear a deerskin and carry a danda and water pot, and you wear matted locks of hair. In this way, you incarnate as a brahmachari to reestablish the principles of religion. You appear in Treta Yuga with a beautiful red complexion. Although you are the Lord of sacrifice, you set the example by engaging in the performance of sacrifice. Even though you're the Lord of sacrifice, you still perform it yourself to set an example. You carry a sacrificial ladle and spoon in your hands and encourage everyone to perform sacrifice. In Dwapar Yuga, you appear with a transcendental blackish complexion that resembles a monsoon cloud. You preach the process of deity worship from house to house. You wear yellow cloth, and you are decorated with the mark of Shrivatsa. As a great king, you personally demonstrate the process of deity worship. You appear in Kali Yuga as a Brahman with a golden complexion in order to inaugurate the congregational chanting of the holy names, which is unknown through the Vedas. Hey, Krishna appears, I was just thinking about that. Krishna appears as Kshatriya and Ram Lila, as a Vaishya and Krishna Lila, and also Kshatriya, I guess, and then Brahman. I guess we've never heard anything of Krishna as appearing as a Shudra, have we? Anyway. This is a verse this is a part I have a question on. What does it mean that the Lord also reveals that in Satya Yuga one should remain a brahmachari, in Treta Yuga one should remain a garhasta, in Dwapara Yuga one should remain a vanaprastha, and in Kali Yuga one should remain a sannyasi? I don't know the answer to that, if anybody knows. Okay, so therefore, you are the source of innumerable incarnations. Who has the ability to enumerate them all? In the form of Matsya, you enjoy in the waters of annihilation. In the form of Kurma, you are the shelter of all living entities. In the form of Hayagriva, you saved the Vedas by killing the original demons, Madhu and Kaitab. In the form of Varaha, you delivered the earth. And in the form of Nrsimha, you tore apart the demon, Hiranyakashipu. In the wonderful form of Vaman, you deceived Bali Maharaj. And in the form of Parashuram, you rid the earth of Kshatriyas. In the form of Ramachandra, you killed Ravan, and in the form of Balaram, you performed innumerable pastimes. In the form of Buddha, you exhibited compassion, and in the form of Kalki, you destroyed the Malechas. In the form of Dhanvantari, you delivered nectar to the demigods, and in the form of Hamsa, you spoke on the absolute truth to Brahma and others. In the form of Narad, you carry a veena and you sing your glories. And in the form of Vyas, you explain the truth about yourself. So I think that's where we read up to yesterday, right? Yes. So we'll continue on from this point, 177. Just checking the comments really quick. Okay, now it's working. Hare Krishna Champak Didi and Gargaraj ji and Indira Mataji, Harivol. One second, I just want to charge my headphones. I forgot about that. Sarva lila lavanya vaidaghi kori shange Krishna rupe vihara gokule bahurange. In the form of Krishna, your unlimited and chanting Gokul pastimes include those of all other incarnations. Gaudiya Bhashya. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Gaudiya Bhashya by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. So in the form of Krishna, your unlimited and chanting Gokul pastimes include those of all other incarnations. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 10:44-14, it is stated, what austerities must the gopis have performed? With their eyes, they always drink the nectar of Lord Krishna's form, which is the essence of loveliness and is not to be equaled or surpassed. That loveliness is the only abode of beauty, fame, and opulence. It is self-perfect, ever fresh, and extremely rare. The words Krishna Rupe Vihara Gokule are described in the following verses from Laghu Bhagavatamrita 334, 520, 538. The various wonderfully enchanting sweet pastimes exhibited by the Lord in this world are superior to the opulent pastimes exhibited by Narayan among the demigods. Although Lord Krishna performs his pastimes in Gokul, Mathura, and Dwarka, his sweet pastimes of Gokul are the topmost. All animate and inanimate living entities become jubilant upon seeing the form of Gopindra Nandan, Śrī Krishna, whose beauty is inexhaustible, nectarian, and incomparable. It is stated in the Brahmanda Puran Santi bhurini rupani mama purani shargunai bhave yutstani tulyani namaya goparupina. All my various forms are full of all my various forms are full with 6 opulences, but there is no comparison to my form as a cowherd boy. That's a nice verse. The Padma Puran says, Charitam Krishna Devasya Sarva Evar Bhutam Bhavet Gopala Lila Tatrapi Sarvatoti Manohara. The characteristics of Krishna are certainly wonderful, and his pastimes as a cowherd boy are most enchanting. The Tantra state, this is all in, okay. The Tantra state, Kandarpa Kotyar Buddharupa Shobha Nirajyat Padav Janakam Chalasya Kutrapya Drishta Shutaramya Kanter Dhyanam Param Nanda Sutasya Vakshe. I meditate on Nanda Sutta, whose beauty surpasses that of millions of cupids, who thus adore his lotus feet and, whose beauty surpasses that of millions of cupids, who thus adore his lotus feet and toenails. The cupids adore his lotus feet and toenails, yes. His transcendental effulgence is beyond the description or vision of material senses. The Gokul pastimes of Krishna are most perfect because they include all of Krishna's sweet sportive pastimes, as well as the pastimes of all his other incarnations. 178. E avatare bhagavata rupa dhori kirtana koribe sarva shakti parachari. In this incarnation as a devotee, you will invest all your transcendental energies in the performance of kirtan. Gaudiya Bhashya. In your incarnation as Gauranga, you will propagate 5 forms of eternal service. Sankirtane purna hoibe shakal sangsar, ghare ghare hoibe prem bhakti parachar. The whole world will be filled with the sound of Sankirtan, and pure devotional service will be preached from house to house. Gaudiya Bhashya. The pastimes of Sri Gauranga are nicely described in the prayers of the demigods. The whole world will achieve complete happiness by proper glorification of Lord Krishna. Then loving service to the Supreme Lord will be preached in every house. From this, we get an indication that the Lord wants each person to become adept at kirtan and preaching. Only those who worship Lord Hari are real acharyas. Only those who worship Lord Hari are real acharyas and preachers of pure devotional service to the Lord. By artificially imitating the worship of Hari, no preaching is successful because that is not proper behavior. Only those devotees who are well behaved, free from bad association, and engaged in the devotional service of Lord Krishna are able to truly preach in every house. Ki kahibo prithivir ananda prakash tumi nritya koribe miliya sarvadas. How can we describe the happiness that this earth planet will enjoy when you dance along with your servants? 181. Je tomara para parma nitya dhyana kore ta sabar prabhave amangala hare. The mere presence of those who constantly meditate on your lotus feet vanquishes all inauspiciousness. Gaudiya Bhashya. Each of the Supreme Lord's incarnations preach and benefit some particular persons. But in your incarnation as Sri Gauranga, you will benefit the entire world by inaugurating the process of kirtan. You will dance with innumerable servants and make the entire world jubilant. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad has written in his Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, verse 5, as follows. Kaivalyam narakayate trijashapur akasha pushpayate durdatendriya kala sarpa patali protkata dangshtrayate Vishwam Purna Sukayate Vidimahendra Dishakitayate Yat Karunya Kataksha Vaibhavatam tam gorame vastuma. For a devotee who has received Śrī Caitanya-Mahaprabhu's merciful glance, Kaivalya, merging into the existence of Brahman, appears hellish. The heavenly planets appear like phantasmagoria. The senses appear like serpents with broken teeth. The entire world becomes a replica of Vaikuntha, and the position of demigods, headed by Lord Brahma and Lord Indra, is considered equal to that of a tiny insect. Padatale khande pritivir amangal, drishti matra dashadik sarvasu nirmal. As such persons dance, the touch of their lotus feet destroys all the inauspiciousness of the world. By their glance, the 10 directions are purified. Ah, beautiful. Haribol Satya Mataji. Bahutuli nachite svargera vignanash, heno jash, heno nritya, heno tordas. Such are your glories, such is the dancing, and such are your servants, that when they dance with their arms raised, the disturbances in the heavenly planets are destroyed. Wow, that's a Gaudiya Bhashya. This temporary material world is full of threefold miseries. Uninterrupted happiness is not found even in the heavenly planets. In the course of enjoying heavenly pleasures, there are two impediments. One is aversion to the Supreme Lord due to sense gratification, and the other is being deprived of heavenly pleasures achieved through pious credits by pious activities by the demons. When the demigods who reside on the heavenly planets raise their arms and happily dance with a desire to serve Lord Vishnu, the fallible heavenly planets no longer remain hated. The characteristics of Krishna's devotees are like those of the demigods, except that the devotees are freed from all material desires. Such devotees of Krishna can raise their arms and dance in ecstasy. The heroic activities of the Supreme Lord are spotless and bestow all auspiciousness. The devotees of the Supreme Lord also possess such extraordinary qualities. The word heno means this type, this kind. This is a verse from Padma Puran, verse 184. Parbhyam pumer disho drigbhyam, dorbhyam cha mangalam diva, bahu dotsadyate rajan, Krishna bhaktasyam nrityata. My dear king, when Krishna's devotees dance in kirtan, they destroy the inauspiciousness of the earth by the touch of their feet, the directions by their glance, and the higher planetary systems by their upraised arms. Wow, what a beautiful verse. Gaudiya Bhashya. This verse is found in the Padma Puran and the Hari Bhakti Sudadai 2068. Verses 185 to 186. She Prabhu apane tumi shakshat hoya, koriba kirtana prema bhakta goshti loya. E mahima Prabhu bani barkar shakti, tumi bilai ba veda gopya Vishnu bhakti. O Lord, you will personally appear and perform kirtan with your pure devotees. O Lord, who has the power to describe your glories? You will distribute devotional service to Lord Vishnu that is unknown through the Vedas. Gaudiya Bhashya. O Lord Gaurasundar, you are the non-different golden form of the son of the king of Raj. You will appear in this world along with your associates and enjoy the pastimes of distributing love. You'll enjoy the pastimes of distributing love of God through the process of kirtan. Neither the demigods nor the human beings are able to properly describe your glories. The knowledge of demigods and human beings is mundane. The most beneficial work of distributing pure devotional service to Krishna, which is hidden in the Vedas and not manifest to all, is only possible in your incarnation as Gaur. Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, Sri Damodar Swarup Prabhu has written in his notebook, Anarpita charim chirat karunaya vatirna kalo samarpaitum unato jvalam rasam sabhakti shriyam. Where did it go? It's so weird. This disappeared. Let me just search it 1 second. Shri, okay. Anarpita chirim chirat karunaya vatirna kalo samarpayatum unato jvalam sirasam sabhakti shriyam. Hari purata sundara dyuti kadamba sandipita sada hridaya kandare spurato va Śacīnandana. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Mukti diya je bhakti rakoho gopya kori, ami saba je nimitte abhilasha kori. You easily award liberation, but you keep devotional service hidden. We have a desire to attain that devotional service. Gaudiya Bhashya. Haribol Jiva Prabhu. Gaudiya Bhashya. One should refer to the Srimad Bhagavatam 2.10.6 and 5.6.18 in this regard. Jagater Prabhu tumi diba heno dhan, tomara karunya sabe ihar karan. O Lord, you will freely distribute the treasure of devotional service throughout the world, simply due to your causeless mercy. Gaudiya Bhashya. We are demigods, decorated with all good qualities. We are beyond the jurisdiction of poverty. We therefore have no ulterior motive. Our only desire is to serve Lord Vishnu. Since we are bereft of the Lord's devotional service, we pray that we may regain that service. You will bestow on all sinful persons of the world the qualification to serve the Supreme Lord, which is the topmost treasure. Although no one is qualified to achieve this benediction, you have the power to bestow causeless mercy on such worthless persons. Therefore, your causeless mercy is the only means of obtaining your favor. Jai tomara name Prabhu sarvajagya purna she tumi hoila navadvipe avatirna. By the chanting of whose holy names all sacrifices are performed, that Lord has now appeared in Navadvip. Gaudiya Bhashya. The 4 types of sacrifice, meditation, fire sacrifice, deity worship, and kirtan, are perfected by chanting the holy names of Hari. All sacrifices are complete only by chanting your names that you have given. You have appeared in Navadvip to preach these holy names. E kripa koro Prabhu hoya sadoy, jeno ama sabara dekhite bhagya hoy. O Lord, please be merciful to us so that we may have the fortune to see your pastimes. Gaudiya Bhashya. The demigods continue with their prayers. Let us be fortunate enough that we may see your eternal Gaur pastimes in this material world. 191. Etadina Gaṅgā purilo manorat, tumi krida koriba jet shira abhimata. The long cherished desire of the Ganges will now be fulfilled when you sport in her waters. Gaudiya Bhashya. From time immemorial, the Ganges has been famous as the nectar emanating from the lotus feet of Krishna and sustained on the head of Lord Shiva, the topmost Vaishnava. For the benefit of the world, she flowed from Haridwar to Gaṅgā Sagar, and thus expanded the service attitude of those who live on her banks. Foolish people could not understand that she is the water touched by your feet. So Gaṅgā Devi desired to serve you by being identified in this world as the water that water touched by your feet. Therefore, her desires will be fulfilled when you wash your feet and take bath in her waters. 192. Jai tomare yogeshwar, shabe dekhe dhyane. Sorry. Jai tomare yogeshwar, shabe dekhe dhyane, she tume vidita hoive navadvipa grame. You who are seen through the yogi's meditation as Yogeshwar will now be seen in the village of Navadvip. Gaudiya Bhashya. The mystic yogis meditate on your form in their hearts. You will manifest that eternal transcendental form for the benefit of the residents of Navadvip. 183. Navadvipa pratiyo thakuk namaskar, Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata grihe jataya avatar. We therefore offer our respectful obeisances to Sri Navadvip, where the Lord appeared in the house of Shachi Devi and Jagannath. Gaudiya Bhashya. We offer our obeisances to the abode that is qualified for receiving your lotus feet. That abode is none different from Durga or Nila, who is a manifestation of Narayan's energy and worshipable by all devotees. That Yogapit, which is situated in Sri Mayapur, is the site of Shachi and Jagannath's house, wherein the Lord took birth. In other words, Sri Navadvip Dham is composed of pure goodness and is non-different from Vrindavan. It is the basis of the 9 types of devotional service for devotees who have taken shelter of a spiritual master. When are you all booking your tickets to Navadvip? E mata brahmadi devata prati dine gupte rahi ishwarer koren stavane. In this way, the demigods headed by Lord Brahma would daily offer prayers in seclusion. Shachi garbe boishe sarva bhuvaner vas, Phālgunī Pūrṇimā asi hoilo prakash. The Lord, who is the shelter of all universes, remains in the womb of Shachi Devi until the Phālgunī Pūrṇimā gradually approached. Gaudiya Bhashya. The Supreme Lord, who is the resting place of innumerable Vaikuntha planets and material universes composed of 14 planetary systems, has appeared in the womb of Shachi. The Lord remains in the womb of Shachi until the full moon night of the month of Phālgun in the year 1486. The words Shachi Garbha Sindhu refer to the form of pure goodness. Ananta Brahmande Jato Ache Sumangal Shei Purnimaya Asi Milila Shakal. All the auspicious symptoms present throughout the unlimited universes appeared together on that full moon night. Wow, so all the constellations, everything, all that appeared on that full moon night, all the auspiciousness symptoms. Gaudiya Bhashya. This full moon day became most auspicious as all favorable symptoms gathered there. They all gathered together. Sankirtana Sahit Prabhur Avatar Grahaner Chale Taha Koren Prachar. Thus, the Lord simultaneously appeared along with the congregational chanting of the holy names, which he inaugurated on the pretext of a lunar eclipse. Jai Śacīnandana Gaur Hari Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Thus the Lord simultaneously appeared along with the congregational chanting of the holy names, which he inaugurated on the pretext of a lunar eclipse. Gaudiya Bhashya. The tradition of chanting the names of Hari for fruitive results during solar and lunar eclipses has been current since time immemorial. Although such chanting of the holy names yields insignificant fruits, Śrī Caitanya-dev coincidentally appeared while everyone was thus engaged. Ishvarer karma bhuji bar shakti kai, Chandre acha dilo rahu, Ishvar ichai. Who has the power to understand the activities of the Lord? By his desire, Rahu covered the moon. Sarva navadvipe dekhe, hoilo grahan, utilo mangala dvani, Shri Hari Kirtan. When the inhabitants of Navadvip saw the eclipse, they began to chant the auspicious names of Hari. Ananta arbudaloka Gaṅgā snane jai, Hari bol, boli sabe dhai. Millions of people went to take bath in the Gaṅgā while chanting Hari bol, Hari bol. Gaudiya Bhashya. As the lunar eclipse took place that evening, everyone engaged in chanting the holy names of Hari and bathing in the Gaṅgā when the lunar eclipse was taking place, everyone engaged in chanting the holy names of Hari and they bathed in the Ganges as though unknowingly celebrating the appearance of the Lord. Heno Hari Dvani hoilo sarva Nadia, Brahmanda Puriya Dvani Stana Nahi Pai. The whole of Nadia was filled with the sound vibration of the name of Hari. Indeed, the sound vibration filled the entire universe and beyond. Apurva Shuniya Sab Bhagavata Gan, Shabe Bole Nirantar Hok Grahan. Hearing this wonderful vibration, all the devotees remarked, "Let there be a perpetual eclipse." They didn't want it to end. Sabe bole aji boro vasiye ulas heno bhuji kiba Krishna korila prakash. All the devotees said, "From the great happiness that we are feeling today, it can be understood that Krishna must have appeared." Gaṅgā snane chalila shakala bhakta gan, niravadi chaturdike hari sankirtan. As the devotees all went to take bath in the Ganges, the vibration of the name of Hari was continually heard from all directions. Kiba shishu briddha nari sajjana durjan, shabe hari hari bole dekhiya grahan. Whether one was young, old, woman, pious or impious, everyone was engaged in chanting the name of Hari while observing the eclipse. Hari bol, shabe e shuni, shakala brahmande vyapileka hari dhvani. All one could hear was Hari bol, Hari bol. Thus the name of Lord Hari was heard throughout the entire universe. Chaturdike pushpa vrishti kore devagan, jai shabde dundubi bajaye anukhan. The demigods showered flowers on all directions, and they played kettle drums as they chanted, Jai, Jai. Henoi shamoy sarva jagat jivan, avatirna hoile. Śrī Śacīnandana. At that very moment, the life of all living entities, Śrī Śacīnandana, made his appearance. Jai Śrī Śacīnandana, Gaur Hari Ki Jai. I think this is actually a good place to end, because now Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur will sing. There's 5 songs that he wrote about the appearance of Mahaprabhu. And so I think we could do that nicely with mridanga and everything. We could sing them nicely and peacefully. And also we could sing the song from Chaitanya Charitamrita of Mahaprabhu's appearance. We'll do that all when I'm in Vrindavan, because I'm going to be taking off very soon on a train to Kolkata, and then from Kolkata to Vrindavan. I actually better start packing the rest of my things up and leaving now. So yeah, and then we can nicely, peacefully sing the 2 appearance songs by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. So Jai Śacīnandana Gaur Hari. All right, I'll do a quick Mahamantra and then we'll end. Oh, and late last night, I recorded something, so we'll still go live at the same time. I wanted to read something I never read before, so I just picked an article from Raise of the Harmonists by Srila Trivikram Goswami Maharaj. It's called the Premmoya Dharma of Mahaprabhu or something like that. And but the only thing is, when I was reading it, I was so tired, like ridiculously tired, and I finished reading it and I didn't even know what I read. It was that bad. And then I stopped the video and I completely fell asleep on my chair. And then somebody sent me a WhatsApp message and it woke me up and I was like, huh, what's going on? I was like, it's really bad. So I don't know. I'm not sure how it came out even, but it's there for tomorrow. I just wanted to keep the doing Purushottam, especially. I didn't want there to be one day that goes by without some kind of Harikatha reading, so yeah, okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari. Henoi Shamoy Sarva Jagata Jivan, Henoi Shamoy Sarva Jagata Jivan, Avatirna Hoilen Śrī Śacīnandana, Avatirna Hoilen Śrī Śacīnandana. Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari. Shachi Matar Prandana, Nadia Bihari, Shachi Matar Prandana, Nadia Bihari. Jagannatra Jaganathar Pranadana, Nadia Bihari, Jaganathar Pranadana, Nadia Bihari. Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari. Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Nadia Bihari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Nadia Bihari. Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari. Nityananda Pranadana, Nadia Bihari, Nityananda Pranadana, Nadia Bihari. Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari. Śrī Advaitar Pranadana, Nadia Bihari, Śrī Advaitar Pranadana, Nadia Bihari. Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari. Gadadhar Pranadana, Oh Gadadhar Pranadana, Sankirtan Bihari, Gadadhar Pranadana, Sankirtan Bihari. Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari, Jai Śacīnandana, Jai Gora Hari. Śiva Ser Pranadana, Nadia Bihari, Śiva Ser Pranadana, Nadia Bihari. Bhakta Vrinda Pranadana, Sankirtan Bihari, Bhakta Vrinda Pranadana, Sankirtan Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Okay, yeah, we couldn't have read about Mahaprabhu's appearance and not done a little kirtan at least. So, all right, I'll do Jai Dvani and we'll end. And yeah, Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari, Shri Radha Vinod Vihari Ju ki Jai, Shri Govinda Govinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Param Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Rupa Nugagoriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Swapashachi Gaur Hari ki Jai, Swapashachi Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai, Shri Śrī Phālgunī Pūrṇimā Tithi ki jai. Śrī Śacīnandana Gaur Hari Avirbhav Lila ki jai. Śrī Jagannath Mishra Shachi Devi ki jai. Sarva Navadvip Vasi Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Harināma Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki jai. Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Śrīla Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki jai. Śrī Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhagavatam ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavataya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams everybody. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Satya Mataji, Kishore Prabhu, and Jiva Prabhu, and who else? Karuna Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, Gaṅgā Mataji, Champak Didi, Indira Mataji, Gargraj Ji, Krishna Premavati Didi, Govinda Saha, Kishore. Go live from the train, yeah, right. I wish I could. And Lakshmi Kanta, Vishnu Priya, and Jai Lalita. Wow, the whole family's watching. That's great. Gaṅgā Mataji, Hare Krishna, Indira Mataji. Indira Mataji's homesick. Yes, come back soon. All right. All right, everybody. Oh, I see Kishore has a question here. Why do soybeans break Chaturmasya? The other Kishore Krishna. So the reason why I actually have no idea, actually for most of the things with Chaturmasya, I don't actually see any Shastric reason or any, for a lot of the things, no Shastric reason and no even scientific reason for a lot of things. But it's just that our acharyas said so. Like they said to do this, and so we follow that. Because tomatoes weren't in India, when the Shastras were written. And many of the things that, I think even eggplant wasn't in India when the Shastras were written. And so it's not a Shastric thing. I hear people say that during Chaturmasya time, the rainy season, lots of bugs get into eggplant and leafy greens and things like that, so we don't take it during this time. But what about those countries that don't have a monsoon season like they have here in India? Does that mean that they don't need to follow it? It's not fully scientific. And also tomatoes. Do bugs get into tomatoes during Chaturmasya? I don't know if that's a scientific thing. So it's just, and every Gaudiya Mats, they have their different rules also. ISKCON has their rules. Gopinath Gaudiya Mat has their rules. Our rules are different from Gopinath Gaudiya Mat's rules even. In Gopinath Gaudiya Mat, they don't take ginger and turmeric on Ekadashi, but we do. And they don't take pumpkin on Ekadashi either, but we take pumpkin on Ekadashi. So and then some mats take jira on Ekadashi, but we don't take jira. So everybody has their own set of rules, and it was all established by their acharya. So I think that's the best way, is to not get so mental, but why is it like this? Or just, okay, my Gurudev said to do this, so we do that. That's how I see it all with all these kinds of vrats. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haribol Kishore.
Yeah. All right. I better take off now. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you all in person. I'll see you tomorrow through my pre-recorded video tomorrow, but I'll see you the day after tomorrow live in Vrindavan. Okay. Hare Krishna. One second. Kishore says, Niyam. They say, we do. Yes. Oh, and he said it's a bean thing, right? Yeah, and also